Okay, if you ever like looked at a royal portrait, and just kind of wondered about the jewels, those tiaras and necklaces, I mean, are they just for show?
Right.
Probably not, right?
No, definitely not.
So today, we're going to unpack that, the world of royal symbolism. We're going to focus on Princess Mary. She was the Princess Royal at the 1937 coronation.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do we know about Princess Mary? Like, set the scene for me.
Well, you have to imagine Westminster Abbey, 1937, King George VI is being crowned. And there, in all this pomp and ceremony, is Princess Mary.
Got it.
And what's interesting is her outfit.
Okay.
It's not just about looking royal.
Right.
It was a carefully crafted message.
Oh, interesting.
A visual representation of her life, her family, and her place in the monarchy.
So like a walking, talking family tree almost.
Exact. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what stands out like right away when you look at her?
Well, the centerpiece has got to be the Harewood Scroll Tiara.
Okay, I can picture it, kind of.
It was made the same year she got married. And that scroll motif, that's not just decoration, it's symbolizing grace and continuity.
Okay.
Linking her to like the whole history of the British monarchy.
It's like more than just a tiara. It's a statement piece.
Yeah, definitely. And there's even more to it.
Really?
Look closer and you'll see a brooch right in the center.
Okay.
Sapphire and diamonds. It was a gift from her mother, Queen Mary.
Ah. So like a little hidden message of support from mom on this big day.
That's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah.
Like these personal touches woven into, this grand display.
Kind of humanizing them a little bit, right? Like these are real people.
Right.
They have families, they have emotions. So what else? What other pieces are we looking at here?
Well, the necklace and the bracelet, they're really something.
What about them?
They once belonged to, wait for it, Queen Victoria.
No way.
Yeah. So she's sporting some serious vintage royal couture.
Wow. Like heirlooms from like the original queen.
Exactly. They were designed to go with Queen Victoria's sapphire coronet.
Wow.
So it shows, the continuity of the jewelry. But the sapphires themselves, they mean something too.
Yeah, like we talked about, right. They were her favorite.
They were, symbolizing loyalty, wisdom, all that.
So by wearing them, it's like she's connecting to the foundation of the monarchy.
Exactly, to Queen Victoria herself.
Powerful stuff.
And remember, this is right after the abdication crisis.
Oh, right, with her brother, Edward VIII.
So maybe wearing these pieces was also, a way to show stability.
Oh, interesting. Like, we're still here, we're carrying on.
That's a great point. It adds a whole other layer to it.
Okay, so we're seeing how each piece tells a story.
Yeah.
And they all connect to like the bigger picture.
Exactly. And there's more. There's this amazing divan de corsage. It's a large brooch, originally a gift from Tsar Alexander III of Russia.
Hold on. So this piece traveled from Russia to a British coronation.
It did.
It's like, what a journey.
It is, yeah.
So what's the significance of her wearing this this brooch?
Well, it shows the close ties between the British and the Russian royal families.
Okay.
It's a reminder that those connections, they weren't just political.
Right. They were personal too.
Exactly. Intermarrying, exchanging gifts,
Right.
It's a whole network across Europe.
Wow. And especially at a time when things were, getting tense globally.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much more to Princess Mary's story than meets the eye.
Absolutely. And, we can't forget about her brother.
Right. The Duke of Windsor.
Yeah. He gave her a bracelet. Sapphire and diamond?
Wait, the one who abdicated?
The one and only.
Wow, what a complicated situation for her. Family versus, the crown.
Yeah, his abdication caused a huge crisis.
I bet.
But it seems like, despite all that, they were still close. Really?
Because she chose to wear his gift at the coronation.
Wow.
That says a lot.
It does. It really, brings the human element back into it, It
really does.
Okay, so each piece tells a story, not just about history,
right,
but about her life, her family.
Exactly. It's all there in the jewels.
This is fascinating. I can't wait to hear more.
It's really amazing when you think about it, how these jewels, they're like tangible links to the past,
Yeah, they really are.
They carry so much history and symbolism.
Yeah.
Like let's go back to Queen Victoria's necklace and bracelet.
Okay.
We talked about the sapphires, right?
Right, yeah.
But there's another layer to it.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's not just that they were her favorites. It's that these specific pieces were meant to go with her sapphire coronet,
Her coronet. Okay.
which she wore all the time.
Yeah.
So Princess Mary, she's not just, honoring her great grandmother. She's referencing a specific object tied to Queen Victoria.
So it's like an echo of her style. Exactly. And think about the timing, right?
Right after the abdication.
Yeah. The monarchy needed to project strength, stability.
And those jewels do that.
They do. It's subtle, but it's powerful.
It really is. Okay, so she's using these pieces to send a message.
Absolutely. And that message is reinforced by other pieces too. Like remember that devant de corsage?
The brooch.
Yeah, the one from Tsar Alexander III to his wife, the Grand Duchess Olga of Russia.
Oh yeah, the one that made the trip from Russia.
Exactly. What do you think she was saying by wearing that?
Well, I guess it shows how connected all those royal families were.
Right. It's like this whole web of relationships.
Right, yeah. It's easy to forget that they weren't just, national figures. They had all these connections across borders.
Exactly. Through marriages, family ties.
Creating a whole network.
Right, which could, influence politics, international relations.
It makes it all so much more complicated, right?
It does. And those relationships, well, they weren't always, smooth sailing.
Right.
Take the Duke of Windsor, for example.
Oh, yeah. Her brother. He really shook things up.
He did. The abdication. That must have been so hard for Princess Mary.
Yeah. On a personal level, I mean.
Absolutely. So, the Duke of Windsor, he fell in love.
Right. With Wallis Simpson.
Yes. And she was divorced twice.
Which was a problem.
A big problem, especially because, the monarch is the head of the Church of England.
Right. And they didn't allow remarriage after divorce.
Exactly.
So it wasn't just a love story.
No, it was a full-blown constitutional crisis.
Wow.
He ended up choosing love over duty, abdicated in 1936.
And that must have really affected everyone.
Oh, it sent shockwaves through the whole family, through the nation. And for Princess Mary, she was loyal to her brother, but also to the monarchy.
I can't even imagine.
Torn, right. A really difficult situation. But, even after all that, it seems they stayed close.
Yeah.
Remember that sapphire and diamond bracelet she was wearing?
Oh, right.
It was a wedding gift from him.
From the Duke.
Yeah. She chose to wear it at the coronation.
Wow. That really is incredible.
It shows how strong their bond must have been.
Yeah. Beyond all the drama, the upheaval, they still had this connection.
Exactly. It really humanizes the whole story, doesn't it?
It does. And so each piece she's wearing, it's not just about history and tradition.
Right.
It's about her.
It is. Her life, her experiences.
And it's all right there in the jewels.
It's all there. And as we look at the rest of her outfit, her medals, that coronet.
Right, yeah.
Those themes, they become even more clear. It's this amazing story of family, duty, and resilience.
Really incredible. Okay, I can't wait to hear more. Okay, so we've talked about the jewelry.
Right.
The tiara, the necklace, the bracelet.
Yeah.
And how they all tell a story. But there's more to her outfit, right?
There is.
At the coronation.
Yeah, we can't forget about the medals.
The medals, yeah.
They weren't just for decoration.
Right. They meant something.
They represented real service, dedication. She was wearing the royal family orders.
Oh, wow.
From both her father, King George V, and her brother, King George VI.
So a double whammy of royal approval?
You could say that.
Okay. And those are serious honors, right?
They are. Only given to a very select few.
So it really shows how committed she was to the crown, to her family's legacy.
Exactly. And she was known for her work, with charities, supporting the armed forces, all of that.
So the medals, they're proof of her dedication.
Yeah, a visual testament.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right?
It is, because we see her not just as this, princess in fancy clothes.
Right.
But as someone who really worked hard, served her country.
And her influence wasn't just in Britain either.
Oh, right. She was wearing the Order of the Crown of India too, wasn't she?
She was.
So that shows her involvement with the empire.
It does. Which, it's a complicated history.
Right, the legacy of colonialism.
Yeah. But the order shows, her commitment to her role within that system.
Another layer of her story.
Exactly. And finally, we have to talk about the coronet.
A coronet. Okay, yes.
On her head. A powerful symbol.
It's not just a crown, right?
No, it's specifically a symbol of rank, lineage. It shows her position as the princess royal.
The eldest daughter.
Yes.
That's right.
And that title comes with a lot of weight. Tradition, expectation.
It's like the ultimate power accessory.
I guess you could say that. But it's also about, continuity, heritage. She's linking herself to all the other princesses royal.
Wow. It's amazing, right? How everything she wore, the tiara, the medals, the coronet, it all comes together to tell this bigger story.
Exactly. It's like a carefully crafted message about duty, dedication, family, and the legacy of the monarchy.
So what's like that big takeaway here for our listeners? What should they remember?
Well, I think, royal attire, it's never just about fashion.
Yeah.
It's a language communicating messages about power, history.
It's like a secret code waiting to be cracked.
Exactly. And when we understand the symbols, we understand the people, the times they lived in.
It reminds us that history is full of these hidden messages.
It is. And sometimes the most fascinating stories are told in the smallest details.
I love that. So next time you see a portrait of a royal, really look at what they're wearing.
Yeah.
The jewelry, the medals, everything. You might be surprised by what you find.
You might be. It's amazing what those details can reveal, more than words sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's been a fascinating look at Princess Mary's 1937 Coronation Ensemble and all the stories it tells.